What's up, everyone? This is DYANAROZAY. Welcome to my channel. I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. Before we get started, hit the like, subscribe, your notification bell, and share the video because that's how others find me here on YouTube. Then make sure you are following me on all platforms at DYANAROZAY. I appreciate every single one of you guys for rocking with me so we can get it started, y'all. We are talking Nell and Chris Fletcher. These two are as hot as fish grease on these social media streets. People are asking, are the Fletchers doing too much? Y'all can tell me right now in the comments, do you think the Fletchers are doing too much, or are you loving what the Fletchers are bringing to the show this season? I am actually the latter. I like what the Fletchers are bringing to the show this season, but I cannot ignore the comments that have been, all over social media with people saying, I don't know if I trust the Fletcher's motives. Okay. People are saying, are they trying to be the star of the show? Are they trying to get a spinoff? Why are they ignoring Melody's request? Didn't she say she didn't want to be joined to Martell in any way, shape, or form? Other questions that they're asking is, why are they friends with the Scotts when they know what's going on down in Huntsville, allegedly, right? They're saying, why would you guys, who are supposed to be upstanding members of the community and of good moral character, hanging out with the Scotts, right? Is there another bar in Huntsville that you guys can go to other than that one? Well, child, I don't know. Those are good questions, but I also know that production can sometimes, try to paint a narrative for the audience. You get a couple of pictures out there, just like this one, child. Where did this picture come from, right? So people are putting this stuff out there so that people can see that the Fletchers are a well-formed part of the cast. I do believe Carlos King did ask the Fletchers when they interviewed with him, that they really don't know Marceau that well, that, outside of them, they go to the bar and things like that, but they're not good friends, that this is something that they're still building. So anyway, some of the other things that the Fletchers said, because they know that they're coming in hot, the Fletchers said, listen, it was actually Chris who wanted to be on the show, right? It was Chris, not Nell. That first season, he was all in. Like, I'm ready to show my family. I am ready to show off these suits. You name it, I'm ready for it. But Nell held back because she had some personal things happening with her mother. And then also, she said, I just wasn't ready. I was afraid of how people were going to judge me and my family. She said, but right now I am. And, they had an opportunity to get their feet wet, and now they are ready. At the end of the day, she said, her and her husband are actually happily married. Okay. Unlike the other couples on the show, they are happily married. She said that they have fun together, both as a couple and as a family. All of them have fun together. We get to see that on TikTok and on their IG pages. They're constantly dancing and all of that good stuff. She said that's what we love to do. That's how they met. And she also said that at the end of the day, we are Richie rich, right? She said, you're not going to do anything. We are one of the wealthiest couples on the show. So that was a big deal. They're also not afraid to show their real family dynamics. Like I said, the thing with Lexi was a big deal, but she said, if it comes to our adult children and what they have going on with their entitlement issues, her youngest son may be suffering from depression and then having a little bit of a criminal history. And even Chris Fletcher, stepping out and having an infidelity on Miss Nell Fletcher. She said, I'm not afraid to talk about it. This is what we do. So they are stepping to the forefront of this show in a way that the other couples, and by other couples, I mean the Scotts 1 and 2.0, and even Stormy, they are a little reserved in their story, and maybe they don't have a whole lot to say yet. But they are, the Fletchers are coming to the forefront with their story. Now, y'all can let me know what y'all think about that. If you feel like they're giving too much, if you are still interested in what the Fletchers have to show in regards to their family dynamics, just a little bit that they showed us, child. I feel like they have a lot more to say. But I can say that I saw that a lot of you were disappointed after watching episode 28 and seeing that Chris didn't have a whole lot negative to say about Martell bringing a woman into the house, to get busy with. He said that he's a grown man and he could do what he wants. And a lot of people thought that that was just a little strange because that grown man really shouldn't be sleeping in your house and under your roof with a woman without, communicating to people. At least I think that was the overwhelming majority. But we do know that Chris, even though he can be a little reserved, he has told the men where they can go. He told Martell that one time when he said, "Do you want me and my kids to be homeless? You should be talking to these people and letting them know that I don't have a place to stay." Well, Chris point blank said, "Are you out of your rabbit ass mind? Like, under no circumstances is it my job to cater for you as a grown man. You had months to get out of this house, right?" Same with Marceau. Marceau tried to use Chris as an alibi when he was in Atlanta that one time. That's where that back picture came out. But anyway, he attempted to say he was with Chris the whole time. And Chris, again, he said, "Play with your mama, not with me. You weren't with me the whole time. You and I stepped out to get lunch, maybe 30 minutes tops." And he said, "When you ate your fish and chips and you ate fast." He said, "My head spun. You ate so fast," right? He said, "I went and caught a plane and I was up out of there. You, on the other hand, sir, you were doing some extracurricular activity that had people taking a picture of your back." Okay. Now, I actually questioned this back shot just because it just seemed like things were coming out about Marceau, but there was no real proof. Like, where's Cat Stacks when you need her? Because she definitely would have taken a picture of his face, of his lower half. She would have definitely found some identifiable markings to make sure that people knew it was Marceau. So I don't know. Maybe people just thought that bald head was enough. But either way, child, it does look like him just from this picture alone. And this is a front. Anyway, long story short, we know that Chris Fletcher can take up for himself. We know that Chris Fletcher can get the guys together if necessary. But both Chris and Nell saying that they're role models in the community, and they also counsel a lot of people in the community. I'm curious if they are going to try to pick up where the Whitlows left off, because y'all know when they came onto the show, that was supposed to be one of their things to do, right? They had a marriage and divorce under their belt. They were both married for the second time to each other, and they thought that they were going to give really good advice to the other married couples. But both Marceau and Kimmy said, "Absolutely not. You can never tell us anything about marriage," right? Marceau was crying that he's been married for 16 years at the time, maybe 17 or 18 now. But he said, "I've been married for way too long to take advice from you guys. You guys are actually been married less than us, for less years than him and Tisha." Let's talk about this upcoming trip. Well, they're already there in Houston, and they are there, the Fletchers. It looks like we are going to get to see exactly what kind of skills they have as counselors and as loyal friends. This is the spotlight right now. They're going to be in the spotlight. Again, Melody point blank asked, she was very direct, "Don't put me in anything that has to do with Martell. Don't tie me and his name together." And it has a lot of people upset. And it also have a lot of people just kind of curious about where all of this is going to go. It's a big issue of trust at the moment. The friends don't trust each other as a friendship group. The husband and wives that are there, they don't trust each other as spouses. And I mean, absolutely nobody. Everybody seems to be looking for evidence that someone else is wrong. Okay. Stormy already said, "I don't trust the Scotts. They are users," right? She also said she didn't trust Melody. She felt like Melody should be doing more to control the millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. I already know that there's trust issues with the Scotts, with each other. Tisha doesn't trust Marceau right now. She feels like, "Boy, as much as I have hung beside you or stood beside you, you're telling me that you don't trust me?" Marceau said, "For as long as you and I have been together, all these years and rumors of people accusing me of cheating, I know you out here in these streets, Tisha." Kimmy had the same thing to say about Maurice. She said, "Listen, Maurice is trash right now. I've seen you take up for Kiowa, right? You've protected Kiowa, you don't protect me, and you and I are life partners. So, oof. And then Maurice feels like Kimmy should I think he feels like she just isn't attracted to him. You're not attracted to me anymore. You are faking it when it comes to wanting relations, I guess. And Melody doesn't trust anybody. She doesn't trust her ex-husband. That's the reason why they got divorced. They still don't trust each other in this co-parenting journey. And she doesn't trust any of the friends because they all have some sort of horrible connection with Martell and playing in her face when she needed a friend the most. So, whew, I said all of that to say that when Melody and Martell show up here in this scene where Martell is supposed to fall backwards, free fall, and let Melody catch him, he is going to just land right there on that damn mat because her hands absolutely never leaves her hips, okay? I don't know how many times they did the scene, but you can tell by the way everybody is smiling that they know Melody is not going to catch him, that they know Melody is not going to catch him. And I don't know if maybe they had to film this scene a couple of times. I'm not sure. Martell ends up falling down like a toddler who just learned to fall, like to learn to, actually collapse and then bring themselves back up. That's how he falls down. He doesn't even try to go all the way back for Melody to catch him. He knows that there's a cold chance in hell that Mel's going to catch him. Let's face it. Okay. Again, we get to see if this is just a production stage or if there's something more going on. And then we cannot forget Kiki Jabbar, who shows up to the house, invited herself. And what's going to happen next? It looks like, Letitia did go to go to Nell Fletcher and say, listen, you could have told me, like, at the end of the day, you could have told me and let you prepare me for this. Nell seemed genuinely concerned and said, you're right. I should have done that. And I apologize. And she tried to make it right with Tisha, but Miss Kiki isn't going to have it. So we'll get to see this counseling session with everybody. And literally the counselors say to everybody before, they all sit down and start talking. She says, I can tell that everybody in this group is broken and we need to get to the bottom of it. So this sounds like it could be a counseling session for everybody, but y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comment section, right? Okay, like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell, and I will check you all on the next one.